Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today, Tuesday morning, bright and early, bright and shiny. I'm the man they call Meathead, joined by the man they call Linda Kay, the lovely man, the lovely woman, or is this your after hours voice in the early morning?
It is a bit raspy. Hey, it is me, Linda Kay. Yeah, partially why I couldn't be on yesterday morning. I lost my voice over the
But you were able to
weekend.
find it because it was in a box, right? They had that lost and found behind the counter.
Right. Maybe it was in a garbage bag. I don't know. I happened
Well,
to
hey,
find it.
that was your future endeavors. You got your voice garbage bagged.
Right. No, I was just doing a lot of events where I had to do a lot of talking all weekend, and it was funny because I told you, I'm like, I can't talk. Like, we need to call Matthew. So thank you so much. And Matthew as
He
well.
was, you know what? He was the CM Punk of PWR today. You know how that is?
How?
He was the voice of the voiceless.
Oh,
How
nice.
about them
Very
apples?
nice.
That just happened right now.
There you go. But yeah, so a little bit raspy, a little bit hoarse, but
Okay.
I'm gonna get through this
But
because I
hey,
want to
there's
talk
there's
some wrestling.
there's an audience. There's a demographic out there that are digging what they're hearing from the lovely and sultry speaking Linda Kay.
Ooh, I'll take that. Yes.
All right. Well, speaking of stuff that we'll take another promotional spot from you. Who sponsors the program?
We've got Collar and Elbow, where you can find the best in wrestling, street fashion. Check out the spring sale. It's almost summer, but it is the most comfortable clothing as well. I know we've talked about this many times. Our favorite t-shirts are the collar and elbow t-shirts we have on and in our closet. So make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Let me say that again in case it got lost in translation. Collarandelbowbrand.com and use promo code Linda K, LINDAKAY, to save yourself 10% off your order.
That's fantastic. So get out there. Linda Kay, LINDAKAY. Linda, I'm not trying to make you do a lot of talking, but I do know that there's a big show coming up this weekend as well for GLCW. You want to tell us about it?
Absolutely. So this upcoming Sunday, June 13th, we've got an afternoon show, 2:30 p.m. at the Thiensville Lions Fest in Thiensville, Wisconsin. It is GLCW, brats, beer, and body slams. It's going
Okay.
to be a tremendous show. We're going to have the GLCW heavyweight title match with our current champ, Backwoods Brown,
I was going to
facing,
ask who the champ is.
yeah, Backwoods Brown, 450-pound Backwoods Brown, and he will be challenged by OVW's Big Money Dimes, who will be
Oh,
making the trek up from Louisville along with the bro god of OVW, Dustin Jackson. He'll be in action, as well as our own fanny pack kid, Cal Hero, also making the trip from Louisville, and he'll be facing Sepha Fat 2, who has been at GLCW shows.
Sepha's an amazing talent. That holy smokes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being part of the family, part of the tribe, He is brothers with the Usos and Rikishi's son. So if you didn't catch Sepha at the GLCW show last year, coming out this Sunday, it is a free show for general admission tickets, free general admission bleacher seats. Otherwise, we do still have a few remaining seats left for ringside, rows 1 and then 2 and 3. You can get tickets for those seats at blizzardbrawl.com. Otherwise, come on out. It's going to be a good time. Summertime. You'll catch me in the ring, and dear God, my voice better be back. And it will be. Don't worry, Dave. It will be. I'll be resting the next couple of days.
So
Don't
what
worry
you
about that.
need, so what you're saying is, if Linda Kay can't make it, somebody needs to travel down from Appleton down to Thiensville, just outside the Milwaukee area, and maybe give an assist. But no, Linda Kay is going to have that ready. She'll have the tea and the honey, and she'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah. Be good to go. So
All
check that
right.
out. Yeah.
So, really, just one big news item that we didn't touch on yesterday morning. It has been made official. It was made official at the Belmont Stakes over the weekend. We knew that SummerSlam was going to be happening on Saturday this year, but we didn't know where. It was speculated. It is now official. It's confirmed, and by our good friend Damian Nelson, uh, It's going to happen in Las Vegas. That is Damian Nelson's favorite city. It's your favorite city. It's a city I'm aware of. But SummerSlam happening in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. That is the home to the Las Vegas Raiders. First time ever that SummerSlam will be held in an NFL stadium. There is talk that the man they refer to as Matthew Thomas will be making the trip as well from Denver, Colorado, down there. So we'll have plenty of people with boots on the ground. SummerSlam, Las Vegas.
Yes, PWR today, just covering every big major event this year. You know, we had me in Tampa for Mania. We may have Matthew Thomas at SummerSlam, and you know, it being on a Saturday.
We need some
night,
help from Texas as well. I mean, seriously, we got WWE and AEW running through Texas. Damian Nelson, we're talking to you.
Yes. But you know, pretty unique having SummerSlam on a Saturday, and you know, it's been discussed about how it could be a challenge considering Pac was having his big fight in Vegas that same night. But I still feel, you know, the return of WWE and Slam being one of the big four can still pack the house. I hope they can. And
that's a big house. I mean, that's an
is.
NFL stadium. That's a 70,000 plus stadium.
It is that I'm assuming will be at full capacity. I'm assuming. Yeah. So I still wonder why, you know, it could just be done the next day traditionally on that Sunday. But
maybe the training camp, maybe they got a preseason game. I mean, who's to say? But to be honest, you know, there's no way they'd be playing a preseason game the day after SummerSlam. There's no way.
Oh, the cleanup, the
right.
field.
I mean, how long is it going to take to get the bleachers out of there, to get the grass ready? I mean, you know, because they're going to have platforms down, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, that is exciting to hear. I'm glad that everything has been solidified with the location and the date, and it'll just be part of this huge return on the road for WWE. And you know, I really hope they can get that huge house packed for SummerSlam. And,
that's all we want.
Yeah.
You know, we want a good show, but honestly, we want to see the companies back to full capacity. We want to see sellout shows because it does add to what we're watching on TV.
Absolutely.
We want to get back to the, I mean, you know, I hate to be that guy, but we want to get back to the Attitude Era where the crowd was full of signs and people were just excited to be there, because we haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, and you know, the AEW following is just getting bigger and bigger, and they're, you know, definitely catering more to that Attitude Era fan base.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we ever get it back to WWE? I mean, obviously, the ratings have a lot to do with it. The advertisers, where WWE, you know, higher ups are leaning more to as far as advertising and, you know, just the direction they're going. Who knows what could happen as of right now? I mean, it's we
got to work on the product a little bit, and that's where I want to lead us to next is Raw from last night, Linda Kay. Yeah, Matthew and I talked about this a little bit. I want to hear more what you have to say about this as well. Raw seemed like it was the same show twice last night. And what I mean by that is, during the COVID era, which it hasn't been talked about yet, and we talked about it while we were living the COVID era. You know, we're going to go back to that era and say, hey, it was during the COVID era, and, you know, hey, here's what it looked like when we didn't have fans. Hey, here's what it looked like when we had half a roster because the other half was either, you know, quarantined or, you know, deferred, and they didn't want to come in. You know, they were taking themselves out. They're back to that again, and they're not helping themselves by cutting that talent. I don't care. We're going to go back to it again. Those big cuts, the Aleister Black, the Braun Strowman cuts, that is guys that could be working matches for you right now, but they were cut. So Raw last night, we had superstars working double matches again.
Right. Pretty reminiscent to SmackDown last week, and I know you and Matthew talked about that yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I thought Raw started out well, just a different way, having a tag team battle royal match.
I was excited for the start because it was something else.
Right.
I mean, it really was.
And they went right into it. It was cool. I liked that. But then, just like you said, we ended up getting talent back in the ring later in the evening, and it's like, okay, you know, in the backstage vignettes carrying the show throughout the same people. You know, there's pros and cons to that, but a lot of it is, like you said, just not having as much talent on hand, or maybe they could. There are still stars there that just aren't being utilized as much. Maybe this is a way for new ways to bring and utilize other talents or bring them up, but instead we are
They
getting
are
the
so
repeat
thin right now,
matches.
Linda. They're not using R-Truth for the 24/7 championship stuff because the people that chase around R-Truth are getting regular segments.
Okay, good point.
Where is R-Truth? But Drew Gulak's in full matches.
Yeah.
The Lucha House Party are in full matches. Miz is apparently still hurt and in a wheelchair, so you got Johnny Drip Drip, wrestling as part of a tag team by himself.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I want to sidetrack a little bit on John Morrison. John Morrison looks amazing right now. That dude is too ripped. I mean, just literally, John Morrison looks like an action figure. That's how detailed he is. But why is John Morrison not getting more? Why is he a clown right now?
Right. And if Miz, obviously he is legit injured and going to be out for a while, this could be a platform for Morrison to get
and by the way,
as a single star and not be so funny, ha.
Right. And by the way, please, can we get the Miz in a wheelchair in John Morrison's slow-mo down the ramp more?
Okay.
That was phenomenal.
That was my highlight, actually. That really did make me laugh. Just thought back about it.
Because, in his music, they cut the speed of it, whatever, and it's just, whoa!
It was funny seeing Miz doing his shtick, in their intro in the wheelchair, and then him going in slow motion, and then it pans to the New Day cracking up too. Like, I think they legit found that hilarious as well. So that was funny, sure. But I do agree that this is time for Morrison to shine since his return back to WWE. He hasn't had his own singles run. He's always just been
2+ years, hasn't
right hand man. I know that's a SmackDown thing, but he has pretty much been the right hand man to Miz this whole time back.
Right. I mean, did he come back late 2019, or has he been back already 2 years?
I'm not sure.
He's been here a while. He's been back that long. And it's not like he's going anywhere. His wife is now on NXT, right? Isn't he with Frankie Monet?
Yeah.
So, I mean, his wife's in the company. They're here. Frankie Monet is getting a hell of a push over on NXT. So, I mean, they've got room for him. Ugh. Well, anyways, the tag team contenders match, Battle Royal. The winner is the Viking Raiders. Okay. Great. Good start. Hey, let's get the Viking Raiders back to working again. I thought that was a great move.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. I was assuming it was going to be RKBro with the win, but it wasn't. It's kind of nice to see a new program starting for AJ and Omos, so that was cool.
We find out that Nikki Cross is going to be teaming up with Asuka later in the night, but I kind of want to lead more toward Hall of Famer Ted DiBiase Sr. cutting a promo on a big announcement he has for Cameron Grimes and LA Knight. Linda Kay, Matthew, myself, you, we've all been talking about it and speculating it. Is it time to return the $1 million championship to television?
Absolutely. When I saw that promo last night, that's what automatically popped in my head. Like, we have to bring that title back, and it's going to be between two huge stars right now in NXT. I mean, we've raved about Cameron Grimes. You guys love LA Knight. I love him too. This should be absolutely tremendous. And then just even the shot from that promo, they were showing LA Knight. I think he may have been in a hot tub with some ladies, and it panned then to Cameron Grimes when he was just covered in money, like half naked, on the rug, I think. So I'm like, this is fantastic. I hope the $1 million belt does return tonight, as well as possibly, just because he's one of Matthew Thomas's favorites, a return, or at least for the evening, from Virgil.
Well, Virgil will do it. All you got to do is make sure he's got a seat at catering, and to make sure you pay his per diem, and make sure you got his flight back and forth. Virgil will stop by. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but stoked for that. I'm just loving hearing Ted DiBiase's music. It was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorites. And it
Money, 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 money. Pop quiz, hotshot. What was Virgil's name in WCW?
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me.
Starts with a V.
Vince.
Int.
Sent. Yes.
Vincent. NWO Black and White.
Oh, I knew that. Since my voice is gone, so is some of my memory.
Elias versus Jackson Riker. Winner by countout, Jackson Riker. There should be more to this. Elias is a talent. Jackson Riker is a talent. Why are we not getting more out of this?
It was a weird switch as far as their alliance. Not alliance. Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess it's just a way to get Jackson Riker as a face, and I don't know. I guess we need to hear more of Jackson Riker on the mic to really explain what's going on between the two of them.
I honestly think the new Elias is over on SmackDown. It's Boogs. I love Boogs.
Yeah, he had the 80s rock.
Yeah, because I mean he's hitting it.
Well,
I mean we know
he introed Nakamura. I can't.
I was gonna say he's playing over the top of Nakamura's music, but it's okay. He is actually playing. So
yeah. No, I agree with you too that he is a worker, just based off his body as well.
Yeah,
a unique way to bring him onto the scene and a way to get Nakamura back up.
I mean, are we working towards a WrestleMania Elias versus Boogs?
No.
With special guest referee Jeff Jarrett.
Oh.
Special timekeeper Road Dogg. The roadie.
Yeah. Okay.
The Drew McIntyre MVP ladies, it looked like the same ladies from last week. Am I noticing it? Was it the same ladies?
I thought the same thing. Yeah, it was them. At least
one of the young ladies was about to burst out of her clothes.
The with the short hair. She was the one that stood out to me. She was definitely on last week as well.
Oh, that's I noticed. I mean, all of me noticed because all of her was out on my screen. Like it was screaming, like the clothes were just, about to pop.
Yeah. But, I also found it interesting when McIntyre alluded to the O train thing when he mentioned the Lashley train, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. The Lashley locomotive is where they should have went with that.
Ooh.
But I want to talk about the stipulations for the Hell in a Cell match. So it'll be Lashley, it'll be McIntyre. McIntyre part of Team Meatheads, the team they call Meatheads. If McIntyre does not win the championship, he is banned from challenging Lashley ever again.
Right, and I want to double check. So it's not that he can never go
can't challenge Lashley.
Just Lashley. Okay.
Which means we won't get another Lashley McIntyre match. But if Lashley were to drop the belt, then McIntyre gets a shot at the belt again.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about those glasses that Bobby was wearing. Yeah. What in the wide world of sports? What the hell did he have on? Were those safety goggles?
I did notice those as well. Those aren't the usual sexy specs or sunglasses that he normally wears.
Right, like aviators. I mean, that's, he didn't have them on. I feel like he was going to go welding afterwards and build me like a treasure chest or something.
Right.
Maybe they were safety glasses after Drew cut the table in half with his sword.
Good call. Yeah, the sword came out of nowhere.
He unsheathed his sword in front of the women.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, the table obviously gimmicked, but so what?
Yeah.
The number one contenders match for the WWE United States title, Ricochet versus Humberto Carrillo, and it came to a draw. Good God. And I feel bad for Sheamus because we didn't talk about it last week, but now that we've seen what he went through, Sheamus got popped open.
Yeah, I know on Raw last week, his nose was bloody, and they were like, oh, he's got a broken nose, but, you don't really know for sure until you see the aftermath. And I was like, oh, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know Did they mention how long he'd be out? I may have missed that, but I know they were praising him for not relinquishing his title due to injury.
Yeah. So I assume he's going to be out until the pay-per-view. And then wrestle with the mask on. And that's why they put both in the match to cover up. So. Hey,
right.
I want to talk about this segment backstage with MVP and Kofi. MVP legit, when Kofi won, Kofi Mania, when he won the title at WrestleMania, I remember a tweet from either MVP or it was Shad, but it was Shad Gaspard and MVP at a bar crying and hugging, watching Kofi win the belt. Do you remember that?
I did see that. Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
That broke my heart. One, because we don't have Shad anymore, but two, just the realism. I don't like MVP, and I know it's a story, but I don't like the MVP going towards so what are you doing now, Kofi? Shucking and jiving in the back? That is a thing that we gotta, we talk about all the stuff that happened last year, and we talk about all the stuff that's happened in the last 50 years, 100 years, 500 years. When they do that, it doesn't make anything better. Yeah. Bringing that up. It's 2021's version of calling Kofi and Uncle Tom. Is what it is. I don't like it.
Yeah. That whole segment as well, I was wondering at first, is he trying to get Kofi into the Hurt business? Or I'm not really sure what to take out of that, because it really didn't go anywhere in the end.
It didn't, other than them getting upset, but maybe adding some attitude to Kofi's match.
Right.
Maybe. So, who knows? Eva Marie debuting next week. Linda Kay, are you excited? Are you indifferent? Are you against?
I guess I'm indifferent, just because I'm really not sure. Well, number one, I don't know if she's going to be a face or a heel. It comes off as a face.
Is she going to wrestle?
Yeah, I know that's been a big topic as well. I hope so. I know she's, or at least I've seen that stuff. She's still been training, or at least and I did, we've talked about her last program before whatever happened, when she was away.
Yeah, when Mr. Grouper was announcing her coming to the ring.
Yeah, and the wardrobe malfunctions. that was funny. And, it played up to her sexuality. She's a gorgeous woman. Mm-hmm. But I'm just confused on, I know the whole evolution, her mentioning role model, and it's like, that's Bayley's thing.
Right.
WWE.
That's Britt Baker's thing, too. She was a role model for me.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
But I don't know. We'll see. I am intrigued. I guess we'll say that.
I'm curious. Yeah, I would say different because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair tagging against Nikki Cross and Asuka. Again, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley thing is working for me. Charlotte Flair is definitely working for me. I love her new look.
Yeah, I was just thinking the two of them, that they would make a tremendous tag team if that would ever come to fruition, just because they are similar in looks. I know obviously their makeup is very different, but
you know what would be great is that they do like they did last year. Charlotte wins the women's championship off of Rhea, but then they still stay as a team. And look at that, the women's tag team championships too.
Yeah.
You know who has Charlotte, right?
You.
The team they call Meatheads.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte is a meathead, so.
Yeah, but no, I think they, I know that they have their match at Hell in a Cell and whatnot, but I like the two of them together. They're playing off each other well. I think that match they had at WrestleMania last year really didn't have as much buildup as it could have, because COVID cut off the weeks leading up. But seeing them together, I think they have great chemistry, and
I think they have chemistry. I think that you're right. They got great chemistry.
Yeah.
The unofficial main event to Raw, Kofi Kingston versus Riddle. I like the RKBro t-shirts. Matt Riddle is just destroying it right now. He is his RKBro. It's I want to hear more about his Uncle Ron. Is what I want to hear about.
Yeah, even him wearing both shirts, and him saying, "Well, because Randy doesn't wear shirts and he doesn't wear pants." I'm waiting for that no pants comment, and he went there. It's like, yes.
Yeah, because Randy don't wear pants.
Yeah.
Right when he gave him the key back in the end, said that, oh man, I got stuff to say. It's just like he's bubbling under. Matt Riddle has gone above and beyond already what I thought we could get from him. And they're not even done with it. They're literally, it's like, you go up a roller coaster and then you go up again. It's like we're going up again. So.
Right. And I'm loving how, he's his usual quirky self. And then come that part of the match where it's the flip of the switch and part of Randy Orton gets into him.
Yeah. Was Randy wearing, I know Randy's hoodie had the Stallion Battalion logo on the front. Did the back of Randy Orton's hoodie say RKBro on it?
I'm not sure.
And I kept trying to watch, and they didn't stay on it long enough.
I'm not sure, but I do know Riddle mentioning, like, cool hoodie, bro, or something like that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. To be honest, I might want to get that RKBro t-shirt with the scooter and the mongoose.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Mm-hmm. But I do like how Randy eventually did come out and, was in support of his partner.
There's something there. And to be honest, Randy being just the stoic Randy Orton legend killer, that works. It works. Okay, that was the main event match, but the main event segment, this is my highlight of the night. Shayna Baszler went up a notch. Okay? Shayna Baszler was pretty when it came to coming out to the ring last week when she went back to see Alexa. But Shayna Baszler going back and acting on all that other stuff when Lily was tormenting her and, even Alexa sending off all the pyro, the segment went up a notch. I think Shayna Baszler hit a new gear.
Yeah, it's nice to see her in a different role or in a different situation where she's just not the I'm going to kill you mentality, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or I don't like Reginald, or I'm not your friend, Nia. It's nice.
Well, they're not playing with each other's hair anymore, so.
Yeah.
I won't let that one go because that just was weird.
But yeah, I'm liking this. It's a nice way to, now that Nia and Shayna aren't the tag champs anymore.
Right.
This is a good way to branch them apart. Put her in a feud against Alexa, since Alexa, the way that Alexa's been interfering in her matches is a nice way to transition them together, the mind games. And Shayna was the last person I would expect to be Alexa and Lily's pawn, if you will, just because she is such a badass and not going to be,
she kept showing up in the mirror and looking behind her, not in the mirror. Kept showing up in the mirror, not behind her. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So no, I really enjoyed it as well.
I know you do because you like that genre of movie. So Raw still was a hot steaming pile, but there were nice things to take away from it. I don't want it to seem like we're all negative about it. There were things that we did enjoy. Again, I need more Miz in a wheelchair, slow-mo John Morrison music going down the ramp. And I need him to fall over in the wheelchair in slow-mo.
Yeah.
This ain't no make-believe! As he's just, whoa! That's great to me.
Or the drip machine or the...
Oh, yeah, it's drip stick?
Yes.
I want to see John Morrison hit the drip stick and hit the slow-mo at the same time.
That's what I was just getting at, yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, me being the, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but me being the inner child that I am, I just think that's hilarious.
We grew up in the Beavis and Butthead era, so some people may not get us, but I get you.
Linda, here's the thing. When Beavis and Butthead came out, I was already an adult. I was already a man-child at that point.
Okay, maybe.
Not
grown up in the era, but lived it.
Yeah, so I definitely I lived it. Yeah.
There you go.
There was nothing like that when I was growing up. The most vulgar it got when I was growing up was The Simpsons in the mid 80s, and that's it. And all it said was, eat my shorts. But when Beavis and Butthead hit, oh my God, I found my wheelhouse.
And I love music and music videos, so
perfect. Oh yeah. That's really what popped White Zombie. White Zombie got the huge bump from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Again, LA Rats, folks, if you haven't heard the song I've Been Everywhere, got to go check it out. All right. Tomorrow, Matthew Thomas returns, the voice of the voiceless, as Linda Kay rests up. We hope to hear from her Friday as well. So, Linda, get rested. Tea, honey, whatever you got to do, get that voice ready to go. You got a big show this weekend, and we got a big show coming up this Friday when we talk about In Your House, plus preview Dynamite and SmackDown. So, for Linda Kay on the man they call Meathead, hey, thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.